Well, how's everybody doing today? Just make a quick video here. I noticed yesterday I went over 300 subscribers. Kind of amazes me that counts keep going up. I mean, almost going up daily. It's a pretty steady stream of new subscribers. I mean, I've had some commenting, some from Russia, some from, I think one guy was from India. So it's kind of neat. I'm reaching people around the world, I guess. But I guess I haven't been on here for a few days, and just a little bit of an update. What's going on here? I haven't been on because you think things can't get worse, yet they do. I don't know what I want to talk about on that yet or not. Pretty much stuff I thought was going good went the opposite way as usual. Like I say, I think my life is in an alternate universe because nothing gets better. Everything continually gets worse. But keep trying to go on. And like yesterday, I worked on this thing. Had a coolant leak since last fall. And I've had the parts probably 3 months. And just the middle of winter is not something you want to work on. It's nothing where, you know, maybe adding a quart of coolant every 2 weeks. So I didn't push it too much, but now that spring work is coming and I'm going to start working it a little bit harder. Got to get some of this stuff fixed up. And the problem I had was, probably ain't going to see it here. Get a good view of the block heaters. There's 2 of them. There's one there, and the other one you probably ain't going to see. It's behind, you can just maybe see that orange from the plug. One behind the starter. And this one here was the one that was leaking. Just a little bit of a stream, and I guess I got it sealed up because I don't see nothing here. And I ended up changing both of them. I wasn't going to because there was nothing wrong with this one. And it's stupid, you know, they think they should be able to figure this out a little bit better. But the coil in there hooks up like this. And according to instructions, I think it's 15 degrees either way them could be tilted. Well, you think they could design that one 180 degrees from what it is. Because I can't, this is actually resting on the starter, which is not a big deal because that's a heavy piece. And the instructions actually say you may have to remove the starter to change it. The other reason I changed it, I'm going to put that on the shelf somewhere and I'll never find it when I want it. So I figure I might as well change them both while I'm at it. And like I say, I would have loved to turn that 180 degrees so that plug was on top, but because the way that element is in there, you can't. I could almost get it 90 degrees where this would be up here on this side. But then I'm running the risk of that element touching the block in there, which is going to short it out or burn it out sooner, and really can't, nowhere for that plug really is set in there good. But I had to remove the fuel filter assembly and stuff here to get all that. But like I said, I don't see nothing leaking here this morning. And while I was at it, I changed the temperature gauge. I'll get up in here. Put a new one on. The one that's in here doesn't work. Hasn't worked for years. I think it's a broken wire somewhere. I had another one in here. It was electric gauge. Just run a wire down to it. I've changed it a second time and it still didn't work after a while. So I went to the old style. Instead of a wire, it's actually got the tube that goes down there. And that was a little bit of a trick to get that run down there. But I figured, like I say, as long as I got the block and everything drained, I might as well do it. I ain't gonna see nothing here. It comes clear up here to the front. This right here, it goes into the block there. I put a piece of that wire loom to help protect it a little bit. Because like I say, once I start plowing or disking or something, I'm working the hell out of this tractor at 70, 80 degrees. This will heat up and I want to keep an eye on it. And ain't gonna see it here now. Yeah, maybe I can see from the other side. I noticed this yesterday too. I got, yeah, ain't gonna see it. The belt's starting to go bad. Some of these, I got like an 1.5 inch section of them ribs just gone. It's just this outer sheeting. So I gotta go get a new fan belt if I ever get money enough to do it. I mean, that's the point I am. I don't even know. I don't even have 20 bucks to go get a fan belt for this thing at the moment. But I put different coolant in here. Probably most of you haven't seen it. About a year and a half ago, I changed a radiator hose on that tractor. And when I drained the coolant out of that, it wasn't that bad a shape. But it was the original coolant from when I had the motor rebuilt, which was probably 2-3 years old. So I decided, I drained that and I saved it because it was good enough I could top stuff off with and put new coolant in that tractor. But the coolant I had in this one is supposed to be long life, which has been in there probably 3-4 years at least. But it was a purple color when I put it in there, and it was brown. It didn't look the same. So I ended up putting the coolant I took out of that tractor in this one. So, I mean, it's better shape than what was in there, and I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. So, but like I said, I had to pull the heater lines off, flush them out. I should have got a new filter for that, but I forgot it. I actually went to the dealership yesterday to get some more hydraulic oil because this needs oil. It was down a little bit, and I never thought about getting that. But being Saturday afternoon, you can't go anywhere, so I just said the hell with it. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. So, like I said, I've been working on getting this tractor ready, greased it. I should have adjusted the brakes, but I didn't take the time here yesterday. So, because that's the big job I'm getting ready to start doing is hauling manure. I did make my spine piece for this, which does help, but the problem is when it's empty, this ain't a problem, but when it's full, this actually is bowing out a little bit, and this lever is rubbing there, which ain't a problem. I get set in the slow speed when I go to the field, and then when I go to clean it out, by that time this is normally off enough pressure, it'll reset itself, but it's working right now. And I tightened up the apron on this the other day, hit this with some grease. So, because that's what I'm debating today. I got a clean barn, that's the first thing. And then I'm debating whether I'm going to start hauling this. I mean, there ain't that much in here, but I could make some pretty good time. I could get this all out by tomorrow. Because I'm planning on hauling it to that hayfield right there. And that's the thing, if I want to get it on these hayfields, I got to start hauling it here right now. So once we start getting some warm weather, this will break down and it'll rot to the ground there a little bit more by the time I'm ready to cut hay. I'll probably leave the mower up a little bit higher when I mow it anyhow, but like I say, start getting this covered because I got a big pile over at the heifer barn I got to work on. So that's what don't know if I'm going to do that today, because like I say, I got a clean barn, and then I got to service the other skid steer before I'm ready to haul. This one will load from here, but I got to have the other skid steer to load from the pile because I got the tracks on it. And that'll be a story in another video, more why my life is the opposite of what it should be. But I also need to fix this curtain too, because it's only in about the 40s here right now, but all this week is supposed to be like this, and maybe up in the 60s. So I'd like to open up this curtain. Problem is this tubing that it rolls up on, it got bent here several years ago. You can see how it's wavy. Well, probably about where that big hump is down there, the tubing's broke in there. So when I wind up the curtain, this lower end doesn't wind up. And like I say, it's been bent and rolling up funny here for the last, probably 5-6 years. I did get tubing last year to fix this, Problem is I gotta do some modification because it's smaller tubing than this. I think this is like 1 1/16. And the only thing I can get around here is inch. It's basically electrical conduit. And so that's what I gotta do. But the problem is these clips clip onto that tubing to hold this so it'll start winding up. Well, these clips are gonna be too small for the tubing I got. And I have an idea to make that work. I gotta try it out here yet, but I know it'll work. But like I say, you can't get this around here, and to get it anywhere, I mean, you're looking at truck freight. Now, if I wanted, there was a copper water pipe that fit perfect, but I wasn't spending, I think it was $64 a piece for a 10-foot section of pipe, and I'm gonna need at least 9 pieces. So I wasn't spending that much. I mean, for what I bought, the electrical conduit, I think it was like 140 bucks with the connectors and everything. So I might work on that today, but it ain't that bad in here. It does warm up when I open up that other curtain. It'll be fine in there. I mean, it's not like it's gonna get hot and humid. So I really don't need much air moving through there. Where, like I say, if I open up that curtain, it would move air in, and these vents I got up on the roof, and like I say, it should circulate in there and draw up out the vents and go out the doors. It would move enough air for now. Like I say, that should be a rainy day job, and I should be hauling manure, but can only do so much. So, like I say, that's what I'm planning on here today. I got to top off the hydraulics in this and clean that barn, and then it's going to be whether I'm going to try to haul some. I'll probably haul some of that manure today. I'm going to take the 4-wheeler out there and run that field. That field is a little bit wet, so I don't know if I can get on that one. If not, I'll be hauling it to the field where I've been spreading. It's about a mile away, and that's the thing. I should be hauling this manure to these fields, and then when I get in the heifer barn manure, the field I'm shredding on is like just down over the hill. So I mean, it'd be a lot less road time hauling it this way, but whatever works out. Like I say, you go where you can go. So, but yeah, so far I guess I got this fixed. I should have pulled the air filter yesterday, but I didn't. It should be good. I cleaned that out though. And now my light don't work. So, which don't need it anyhow, really. I mean, I don't do much at night, or not going to for a while. I think what I did when I removed some of these wires out of here, I pulled I think the jumper went to these lights off some of the wiring I cut out, and I just got to reconnect it in there. But I guess, like I say, thanks for subscribing. All the new ones I've been getting, like I say, it's been a steady stream, and kind of puts me in a better mood on some of these days. I mean, so thanks again. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you later.